our chairs and let's get started. So finding yourselves sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring the head right over, well, in line with the spine. And let the shoulders just slide down the back. And let's root down through the sit bones, have some downward energy, and then have some upward energy as we take the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then soften. Hands resting on the thighs in whatever manner feels right for you. And let's close the eyes and just bring attention to the breath. Not changing it, just being with that breath. We start to make our shift into our practice and setting aside all the things to be done today. And just allowing ourselves to come into the present moment. And inviting that breath down deeper, filling up and slowly letting it go. As you draw that breath in again, notice what opens, expands. And as you exhale, what releases, what drops down. And let's check in with this beautiful body of ours. Noticing how it's feeling today. If there's tension or tightness, or maybe you're just feeling awesome. And then coming to the mind, the quality of the mind this morning. Is it chattering away? Is it calm? And then coming to the heart center. How are you feeling today? Is there joy? Is there calm? And no matter what it is, that's fine. And coming back to our breath. Letting the breath flow in and out. And taking a moment to set an intention or affirmation for your practice or for the day. What do you want to bring forth? What do you want to work on? Maybe it's being more joyful, more peaceful, more energetic, balanced. Whatever it is, hold it for a moment. Visualize it in your mind's eye. And with the exhale, let it be released out to the universe. And let's softly open up the eyes and take that chin and start to lift it up towards the ceiling. And then let's bring it down and dropping it down towards the chest. Inhale, let's lift up. And exhale, looking down. One more time, taking it up. And let's pause here. Let the lips part, the teeth soften through the jaw, opening up the front of the throat and through the heart center. And then let's start to bring that head up. Drop the chin down and let the back of the neck lengthen out. Take that chin and gently sway it from side to side. And then bring it back to the center. Let's start to engage and inhale and lift the head up. We're going to take the chin over top of the right shoulder. And then we're going to move the head all the way over to the other side, to the left. Coming back to the right. Taking it nice and slow. And then let's turn the head all the way back over to the left. And when we come back over to the right, we're going to stay here. We're going to pause. Lift the sternum. Take the gaze behind the right shoulder. Lengthen through the spine. So you're not rounding here. You're sitting up nice and tall. Notice the shoulders just sliding down the back. And then let's release, bringing that head all the way around to the other side. And once more, check in with your alignment. Shoulders over hips, heart is lifted. Gaze soft over the left shoulder. And then coming back through center. Beautiful. Drop that right ear over the right shoulder. Oh, stretch that left side out, nice and delicious. Turn the chin down towards the collarbone. Stretch moves on the left side of the neck. Release the chin down to the center of the chest. Oh, wow, that head is heavy. Inhale, lift the head up, nice and tall. Left ear over left shoulder, open up that right side. Turn the chin now towards the left collarbone. And let's drop the chin down to the center of the chest. Now, let that head really be heavy. Ooh, dangle that head down. And with the inhale, start to engage and lift the head up. So engaging through the core. Let's bring the head forward, the turtle coming out of the shell, and then tucking it back in. Ooh, coming back out. And back in. One more time out. And one more time in. And then let's sit up nice and tall. Let's bring the hands to the thighs. We're going to start off with some cat cows. With the inhale, let's come into the cow. Lift the heart, arch the back. And then with your exhale, round into cat. Make it big, rounding it. And then let's come into that big cow. Lift the heart, exhaling into that cat. Navel reaches for the back of the chair. One more time into cow. And then into cat. Yikes, beautiful. And then let's sit up nice and tall. So we're going to start off with a little pranayama, some breath work. And this is the breath of joy, that energetic breath to really get us going. So that breath, we haven't done it in a while. It's a 4-part breath. The 3 parts are where you're inhaling, and the last is the exhale. So when you do your first inhale, you're coming into the bottom part of the belly, the lower lung, then the mid part on the second sip, upper chest on the third, and then you exhale it all out. And you do that with arm motions. So when you take your inhale, the first inhale, first sip comes up with the arms coming out front. Then the second sip is the arms coming out to the sides. And then third sip is arms coming up overhead. And then we exhale, take the arms behind and go, let it all out of an open mouth. So we're going to do a bunch of rounds with that. And remember, it's 1 breath, 3 sips, and then the exhale. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Three more. last one. And then come up. Just take a moment, notice how you feel. Hopefully you're not dizzy. Just sit with this for a second and notice the sensation through the body. Maybe you have some tingling going on. You can feel it all through the toes and fingers and back body. And just being here for a moment. Let's take those feet about hip width distance apart. We're going to take the right arm, just to have it drop by your side, and just a little swing first, a little pendulum. So we're going to start to work the shoulder area, moving the arm in that socket. And I want you to start to take that arm up a little bit more, and then we're going to start to bring the arm across the body and back. So a little bit of a fluid motion here, and just letting it naturally go. Movement starts to grow bigger as it comes across the body and behind. Then start to take it back behind and open it up and bringing it forward. And then we're going to start to make a figure 8 with this motion. So taking the arm in a nice big circle, letting it come around. And then one more, and then letting the arm come by the side. Ooh, how's that feel? Well, let's get the other arm. So we're taking the left arm just down by our side, letting it just have a slight swing. And then let that arm start to grow into a bigger movement, taking it across the body, letting it flow back behind. Do you feel that opening up through the shoulder area? Letting it swing and coming into that figure 8. Just rolling it through. Kind of a fun movement. There we go, one more. And then letting that arm come down. Yeah, let's take the arms out in front of us. Now we're going to just take the arms over to the side and back. Just a little bit of flow. And now start to let both arms come into that figure 8. What? In one direction. Let's swing it through. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and release. Oh, take those arms back and forth. So almost like we're going to just give ourselves a big hug in a minute. So just opening up, and notice I'm alternating the arm that comes on top. So going back and forth. On this next one, we're going to take the arms out wide, hold here, nice and wide, thumbs first up towards the sky, woo, and then turn the thumbs back behind, open up, feel the stretch across the front of the body through that upper chest. And then let's bring the arms and close them, or wrap them around. Give yourself a big hug, and then take them out nice and big. Turn those thumbs back behind, bend the elbows, bring them in by your side body, lift the heart, take the thumbs back, reach them back. Then let's go ahead and bring the chin back down, take the arms back out, and now bring them back, and this time alternate the cross. If you can remember which arm was on top, it should feel awkward. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And lift the head up. Let's drop those hands down. Let's go ahead and take those feet. Give me a few marches. Just up and down, up and down. And then let's bring that right knee up into the chest. Hands around the shin. So shoulders rolling down the back, nice and tall. Go ahead and point and flex that foot, going back and forth. And then let's take that leg out, hands underneath the shin, extending out. Foot, nice and long. Let's drop that leg down, sitting up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and hinge forward. So a little hamstring stretch, not a deep one, just getting in there, warming up that leg. And then inhale, let's lengthen up, drop that right foot down, slide it in. Left foot comes in, give the hands around the shin, sitting up nice and tall, root down through the sit bones. Point and flex that foot, going back and forth. Then let's extend that leg out, hands underneath the thigh. Drop that foot down, hands to thighs. Let's exhale and hinge forward. And with the inhale, let's lengthen up and bring that foot in. Arms come down by our sides. Let's turn those palms out. Inhale the palms up, bring the hands together and float them down to heart center. Let's take them up again. Reach the arms out and drop them down. And as you bring the arms up again, this time you're rolling the wrists in one direction as you bring them up. Bring palms together, float down to the heart center, bow the head. Inhale, lift the arms back up and take the arms apart and start to turn the wrist in the other direction as you float them down. Turn the palms out. Let's start to lift up and roll through those wrists. Palms together, float down to heart center. Inhale up, roll through those wrists, take it down. And one more time coming up. Palms together, heart center, lifting up, rolling in the other direction. Drop the right hand down by the seat of the chair. Take that left arm and let's lift it up and over, coming into a first side body stretch. Reach out to the fingertips, heavy through that left hip. Chest is open. Make sure that right shoulder isn't creeping up by the right ear. Beautiful. Inhale, coming up, and then exhale, twist over to the right. The left hand to the outside of the thigh, look over the right shoulder. Let's release, coming back through center. Drop the left hand down by the side. Right palm turns up and you inhale it up, lengthening up. And then exhaling it over, oh, that right side, getting it turned open up. You're letting that right hip drop down, opening up a little bit more through the side body. And then with the inhale, let's lengthen up and come into a twist over on the other side. So right hand to the outside of the left leg, soft gaze over the left shoulder. Let's release and come back through center. Take those arms down by your sides, bring the hands up, fingertips to the shoulders. Start to make those big circles with the elbows in one direction. And then let's pause, take it in the other direction. Shoulder blades should be moving nice and smooth up and down. And then let's pause. I want you to take the elbows out behind, lift the heart, lift the gaze, open up. And then on the exhale, bring elbows together, let them kiss, chin to chest. And then let's open up again, nice and broad. And then exhaling round, get it into that upper back, really feel it in that upper back. And then open. And one last time, bringing them elbows together, getting into that upper back, and then open. Releasing the hands down to the thighs. Take the feet a little bit wide. Let's come forward just about 3/4 of the way. Flatten the back for a second. Pause here and bring awareness to the body. What's happening with the back? Is it flat? Are the shoulders soft down the back? Neck is long. And then let's start to reach the hips towards the back of the chair. Feel the lengthening through the muscles through that low back. And then telescope the crown of the head forward. So you've got those energies going. You've got the energy reaching towards the back of the chair and the energy moving the crown of the head forward. So you've got a flat, long back. Breathe. And then let's release and soften. Starting to slide the hands down the front of the shins, coming into a forward fold. Maybe the head drops down and dangles. Maybe the hands become between the feet. And you're just being here for a second, breathing in and out. And with the inhale, let's start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let's bring the hands to the thighs and lengthening up. Beautiful. Start to come into the stir the pot. So we're starting to lean forward and then come over to the right sit bone, both sit bones, left sit bone, and forward. So starting to move through those hips, those big, lovely hips that do so much and deserve so much goodness from us. Let's really treat them right. Opening them up, giving them space. All right, one more circle all the way around. And this chair that I'm sitting on is creaking, and I hope you guys can't hear that. Pause at the top, at the center. And then let's go in the other direction, circling all the way around. Letting yourself have fun here. Just flow and be. Just letting the body go. So you're not being precise. You're just flowing. And one more circle coming all the way around, stopping at the top. Lengthen out once more. Find that flat back. Find the shoulders soft down the back. And tap into that energy that flows. Sit bones reaching towards the back of the chair, crown of head reaching forward. And then let's start to lift all the way up. Finding yourself sitting up nice and tall here. Once more, shoulders over hips, the head right in line with the spine. Nice long neck. Take those arms by our sides. We're going to do some seated sun salutations, and we're going to add on here. Turn the palms out. Let's inhale those arms up overhead. Grab the left wrist with the right hand and come into a side stretch, reaching over to the right, then coming back up. Release that wrist, grab the other one. You're going to lengthen up and then side stretch to the other side. Oh, big, beautiful side stretch. And the inhale coming up. Release that wrist, cactus the arms. Let's exhale, flatten the back as you come down. Then release the hands down to the shins and slide them all the way down. And inhale into your first big cobra. Bring the elbows by the side body, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and then exhale, come all the way back down. Left hand stays down on the floor or the block, and you're bringing your right arm up. Exhale the right hand down. Let's bring the left arm up. Left arm comes down, hands to the outside of the feet, reverse swan dive. Let's reach up all the way, bring palms together into heart center. Beautiful. Let's take those arms by our sides. We're gonna lengthen up once more. Let's grab the left wrist and over to the right. Ooh. Come back up through center, release, grab the other one, side stretch over. Nice. Coming back, cactus the arms, flatten the back. Release the hands down to the knees, to the shins, slide all the way down. Come into your cobra. Exhale all the way down. Right hand to the floor. Take the left arm up. Left hand drops down and the right arm floats up. Right arm floats down, hands to the outside of the feet, reverse swan dive all the way up, palms together to heart center, and release the hands down by our sides one more time. Let's lengthen up. Grab that left wrist, side stretch over. Coming back through center, grab the other wrist, side stretch over. Coming all the way back up. Cactus the arms, flatten the back, release down all the way. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale all the way down. Left hand stays down and let's bring the right one up. Ooh. Right arm drops down. Bring the left arm up. Left arm drops down. Hands to the outside of the feet. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Bring hands to heart center. And then take the arms out nice and wide. Let's find that tall spine. Exhale and twist over to the right. Release, come back through center and twist over to the left. We're twisting through the abdominal region. Release. Let's come over to the right again, not through the hips. Going back through center, twisting over to the left. Coming back through center and over to the right again. I can't make up my mind. Back through center one last time, over to the left. Ooh, and back to center. Oh, let's cactus those arms. Yay. I want you to bring that right elbow towards right hip, coming up. And let's go over to the other side and up. Over to the right and up. Left elbow to left hip and up. One more time to the right. And one more time to left. Beautiful. Bring those palms together. Ooh. Let's walk the feet back together. Lengthen up. Nice. With the exhale, start to hinge forward out of the hips. And then start to add that twist, bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right knee, prayer twist. So as you're here, bring the chest, bring the heart up to the palms, up to the hands. Let that right shoulder slide down. Gaze is maybe up towards the ceiling if that's available to you, or maybe it's straight out. But you've got a long spine once more. You're breathing. And then release, coming back through center. And then on the exhale, let's twist over to the other side. So that right elbow comes to that left thigh. Lift the heart towards the hands. Find yourself opening up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Lots of twists today. And let's release, coming back through center. Let's bring the hands to the thighs and lengthen up. Whoa, I want you to take those feet wide and let's take a nice cat stretch. Oh, that feels good after that. And then let's sit up nice and tall. Let's do our chair lift-offs. We're gonna do 3 chair lift-offs. You guys know these. Where are your hands? By the chairs, on the side of the chairs, crisscross, or out front? What's right for you? So we're gonna lift up like we're coming up out of the chair, and then we're sitting right back down. Let's do that again. Whoa, and back down. Last one's the charm. We're coming all the way up. Yes. All right, good job. I want you to come in front of your chair. Oh, that's a little different. So we're coming in front of our chair, coming into mountain, standing nice and tall. And take a moment to be here. So we're using our muscles to wrap around those bones, feeling the energy come up through our legs, feeling our bandhas pull in, our abdominal region pull in and zip up. Let the collarbones be broad. Neck is nice and long. So you're feeling the crown of the head reaching up. And once more, you have the energy rooting downward to ground, to root. And you have the upward energy lifting you up, lengthening you. Turn the palms out. And check in with that beautiful breath of yours again. Breathing in and out. And just let your heart shine here. It is just so good to be alive and breathing and present. And let's start to move. We're going to take those arms up overhead, lengthening up. And then with the exhale, let's start to hinge forward. We're grabbing onto the outside of the chair. And we're going to soften the knees and start to come into a forward fold. And then inhale, coming up into a flat back. We're going to do a little bit with a chair twist here. So I want you to bring your left hand onto the chair, maybe in the center of the chair. Start to bend into the left knee, and you're going to start to turn to the right. Maybe that right hand comes to the right hip, and it stays there as you bend into that left knee. Right leg is straight. Maybe the right arm can lift up towards the ceiling. Once more, energy pressing into the chair and energy lifting up through the fingers. But where are you feeling this? That right hip should be noticing some attention right now. Breathe. And then let's start to release the right hand back down to the chair. Let's straighten through that left knee. Bring the right hand onto the seat of the chair. Bend the right knee now. And let's start to open up to the left side. So maybe left hand comes to left hip. And this is where you stay as you bring the right ribs up towards the ceiling. Or maybe the left arm extends up. Once more, you're pressing down through that right hand, but lifting up through the left fingers, broad across the chest. And the left hip is saying, oh my goodness, that feels pretty darn good. Let's release, bringing that hand back to the chair. So bringing the hands on the outside of the chair, straighten through that right leg. And let's walk the feet back into our first down dog. So if this front of chair is not right for you, you can come and do the down dog behind the chair so you're not as deep. So if you are finding yourself pressing your sit bones back and you need to bend the knees so you can flatten the back, do that. Just lengthening out. And then let's lengthen both legs and start to bend each knee. So just a little bit of a pedal here. And then let's straighten the legs again, press the sit bones back. So you're taking the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs, and pressing them back behind. Your ears are between your arms. Nice. And then let's look up at the chair. And let's start to step the right foot forward. We're going to come into that lunge. So you're bending into the right knee. Maybe the knee rests against the chair and you're stepping the left foot back. So you might just stay right here with your hands both on the chair, or you might bring the fingertips up onto the seat of the chair, giving yourself some more space. If you find you're steady and you want to open up and lift up one arm, maybe the right arm comes up, or maybe both, coming into a full crescent lunge. This is where you're listening to your body and doing what's right. You're broad across the back. You're extending out through that left leg. It's nice and strong and active. Let's release the hands to the chair if you had them lifted up. Let's step back into down dog. Sit bones come back. And then let's inhale, coming into a plank. So you're bringing hips closer to the chair. You're nice and long here. Press out through the heels. Engage through the abdominal region. Let's not have it just hanging out, but it's nice and working. And if you want, you can add an up dog, sliding the heart up and forward, and then coming back down into down dog. Whoa. And if those planks are just too much, don't do them. Stay in down dog. Looking at the back of the chair, let's step the left foot forward, coming into lunge, your lunge. What's good for you? Finding what space is available to you. Your right leg is lifted up towards the ceiling. It's not dropping down. You're pressing out through that heel. That left ankle is underneath the left knee. And maybe you've got an arm lifted. Maybe you've got both arms lifted. Breathe here. Use the breath to hold you through this asana. If the hands are up, bring them down to the chair. Let's step the left foot back into down dog. Ooh. And then let's roll forward into plank again. And remember, you can skip this if you want. A long line from crown of head out through the heels. And shifting into up dog if that's something that's available to you. Letting the heart shine here. And then let's come back into our down dog. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good. Looking at the back of the chair, walk the feet up to the back of the chair. Come into that flat back. And pause. Exhale. Forward fold. Maybe bend the knees a little bit. And then with the inhale, press into the feet and let's start to come up, one vertebrae at a time. And if you want, maybe the arms can come overhead and palms touch and float down to heart center. Ooh, and let that go. Let's take a shake. Lots of energy there. Oh, and let's come behind our chairs now. Take a moment and just be. Catching our breath. I've got to see. Coming into mountain. We're going to do a little bit of a side body stretch, a full body stretch here. So we're going to keep the left hand on the chair. I want you to take the right foot behind the left foot. So you've got your legs crisscrossed. Then the right arm sweeps up and over, coming into the biggest side body stretch yet. Letting ourselves anchor down through that foot, that right foot, and feel yourself open up even more on the right side body. And then let's release, bringing that arm down, uncross the legs. Right hand stays on the chair. We're going to cross the left leg behind the right leg. Left arm comes down by our side. Let's turn the palm up and lift up. And then over. Let's be an anchor through that left foot. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you start to activate and press down through that left foot, you should be feeling the side body opening up a little bit more, that stretch getting deeper. And then let's come back up. Oh, beautiful. Hands to the chair, uncross the legs. Well, let's take those feet out nice and wide. Toes are out, heels are in. A little bit more energy work here. And we're going to bend the knees and drop the tailbone down like we're coming into goddess. And then you're going to press into the feet and lift up. Let's bend the knees and bring the right arm up. So we've got the elbow bent into a goddess. And then press into the feet and straighten the legs, drop the hand down. Do that again, bend the knees and bring the left arm up. Straighten the legs and drop that left hand down. Now, if you can bring both arms up, go right ahead or just alternate. And then dropping it down. One last time, bending here. What? Now let's bring the hands over top of the head, interlace the thumbs. What? Drop down another inch. Oh my gosh, you can do it. You can do it. Goddess. And then let's release. Straighten the legs. Woo. Go ahead, give me a little shift if that would feel good. Maybe turn the toes forward and take those hips and circle them around. That feels really good. And then let's take the circles in the other direction. And then let's pause. We're going to take those toes back out. Heels are in. And let's take those arms by your sides and lengthen up and come into star. So I want you to reach the fingertips. You probably can't see them. Spread them nice and wide. Big star. Beautiful. And then let's start to come back into goddess. But we're here again. Bring the hands over the top of the head. Interlace the thumbs again, but with the opposite thumb being interlaced. And it's going to feel awkward. You've got a crown on now. Big, beautiful crown. Elbows are pressing back. Knees are pressing back. Beautiful. Press into the feet. Let's lengthen up and bring those hands to the chair. And then let's go ahead and walk the toes and the feet together. Nice. Let's come back to the chair. Let's sit down in the chair. Sit back, hands on the thighs, close the eyes, and say, whoa. Check in. How are you doing? Like we did at the beginning. Find the breath. Then notice how the body feels. How the mind is. In your heart center. Let's open the eyes. Let's take those legs out. What? Lengthen them out. And go ahead and circle those feet in one direction. And pause. Take it in the other direction. Nice. Drop those feet down. Give me a little stomp. We're going to sit up in the chair, nice and tall. We're going to take that left leg out, extend that left leg, and bring that right arm up. Oh, we've got this bird dog happening. So find that beautiful alignment of yours, and then drop that down. We're going to take the right leg out and left arm, nice and long, and then dropping that down. Left leg, right arm, and feel yourself pressing out through the heel, reaching up through the fingertips, dropping that down. Right leg and left arm, energy flowing out the heel and out through the fingertips, releasing that down. Coming back up with the left leg and right arm, energy is flowing through you, releasing. And then next, right leg and left arm. Oh my gosh, you got it. And dropping down. Ooh, take the feet wide. You're going to come into a big, beautiful cat again. I love these cats today. And then let's sit up nice and tall. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop open. If it works better for you to sit on the corner of the chair, go right ahead and do that. So let's just let the legs open up to the side, feeling the stretch from the groin all the way down to the knee. And you're nice and tall through your body. Big and beautiful here. Let's take those arms, lifting them up, bringing them forward, interlacing the fingers, turning the palms out, and lifting them overhead. Now here, broad across the back. So you're not scrunching through the mid-back. It's almost like you're trying to take the armpits and turn them in towards each other. Let's release the hands down behind us, interlace the hands behind. Shoulders go up and down the back, and then bring the shoulder blades together and lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Big chest opener here. And then let's release, letting those arms go, shake the arms out. And then once more, just checking in with those legs, letting them drop down a little bit more. Hands on the outside of the legs. Let's bring them up. Help them come closer. You're going to take that right leg out again, extending it out like we did earlier, but let's see if we can come down a little bit farther. Hands to your hips, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then let's exhale and coming over that right leg. So lengthening out, pause here. With your inhale, I want you to see if you can telescope the head a little bit higher, lengthening out a little bit more. And then on your exhale, release, soften down. Maybe you can fold over that right leg a little bit more, getting into that hamstring some more. Your knee and your toes are facing up towards the ceiling. If they're trying to turn over to the side, bring them back. And then with the inhale, engage your core. Let's lengthen up. Coming up nice and tall, drop that foot down, slide it in. You're sitting up nice and tall. Left leg extends out. Toes up towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and exhale, hinge forward, lengthening out. Coming down and then pausing here. Finding the breath, and on the inhale, feel yourself lengthening out even more. And then on the exhale, releasing and dropping down a little closer to the leg. And with the inhale, let's start to lengthen up, engage that core, come all the way up. Beautiful, drop that foot down. Nice. Let's take the feet a little bit wide. And just go ahead and go back and forth. And you know what? I forgot something I wanted to do. When we were standing, you know what that means. All right, bring those feet closer together. We're gonna do one more thing standing because I love this so much and it's good. So I want you to find your way to standing up, engage and lift up. And let's come to the right side of your chair. So on the right side of the chair, you're gonna have the left hand on the chair. Come into your mountain pose. You can have the right hand, left hand on chair, right hand on hip. Shift the weight into the left leg and start to take that right leg and start to swing it back and forth, having that pendulum motion. Just a nice, fun feeling here as you lift that leg, swing in that thigh, that hip, excuse me, going back and forth. And then let's start to slow it down. And then taking the leg in front, to the side, and to the back. Out to the side, into the front, and back. So starting to find the flow of the leg moving over to the side, to the front, side, and the back. And then let's go ahead and release that foot down. Take the shift, take the wiggle, and then let's come over to the other side. Coming into your mountain pose, sitting, standing up nice and tall. Shift the weight to the right leg, left hand to hip, and start to take that left leg and let it swing. Just let it flow here, let it go. Letting it slide through that hip. And then let's pause, slow it down. Leg comes out in front and then out to the side and back. Taking out to the side, to the front and back. So just letting it crisscross the leg as it comes in front and behind and then out. Letting it swing out there. All right, one more. And then let's pause. Ooh, go ahead. Once shift. That standing leg, that right leg was working. So let's give it a little goodness. And then this, come back to the chair. Oh, that happens. So sitting up nice and tall. Bringing awareness back to the breath, flowing in and out of the nose. We're going to take those arms out nice and wide, like we did earlier, reaching out through the fingertips. Just send that energy out so you feel that extension. Turn the palms down, lengthening out through those fingertips. Wow. And then turning the palms forward. You're gonna start to bring them forward again. And this time the right arm is under left. You're gonna bend that right elbow, capture that left arm, drop the left shoulder down, and bring that left arm across to the side body. Thumb is up. Take the gaze over that left shoulder. Root down through the sit bone so you're still nice and tall. Shoulders are sliding down the back. Crown of head reaching up. And breathe. Check in with the body. Where's the sensation? Bring gaze back to center. Let's take the arms out nice and wide. Yay. Turn the palms up. Shoulders rolling down the back. Turn the palms forward. Bring the arms in front. Left arm is under right. Bend that left elbow. Bring the right arm across the body as you drop that right shoulder down. Right thumb is up. Bring the gaze over the right shoulder. Find that alignment. Shoulders over hips. Head in line with spine. Breathe. Use that breath. Let it flow in and out. Life force flowing in with freshness, newness, and out. Let's go ahead and take those arms out. Release that. nice and wide, and then dropping the hands down. Ooh, good. Right knee comes up towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. We did this earlier. Yep. And bring that right ankle onto the left thigh. Seated pigeon. Let's just take that knee up and down a little bit. Just a gentle movement, not a big rocking of it. And then drop that knee down. So you're letting that right knee drop down and flex into that right foot. Root through those sit bones. You want to be tall here. Hands are on the shins. And then with your exhale, start to fold forward. And let's have the left ankle underneath the left knee. Breathe. Being here, neck can be nice and long. Maybe the head is dropping down. With the inhale, start to lengthen up, coming all the way up, nice and tall. Let's bring that leg up to the chest again. Extend it out nice and long, hands underneath the thighs. And then bend the knee and drop it down. Sit up tall. Left knee comes up to the chest. Nice big squeeze in, and then bring that left ankle to the right thigh, or if you have to have that foot by your right ankle, just go ahead and do that. Left knee comes up and down. So we're just taking the hand in a gentle movement, moving it up and down. And then let's drop it down. Lift that left knee, come down as much as it can. Flex through that left foot. You're tall. And then exhale, bow forward. Check that the right foot is in the proper alignment. Got that ankle right underneath the knee and the toes are facing forward. So many times our foot goes into that automatic kind of driver's foot where it's pointing out to the side. And just be. Being with your body. Using the breath to open. Using the breath to anchor the mind if it starts to wander. You know, if you start to have a thought about something else, something to do, you recognize it, but don't follow. Just come back to this present moment. With the inhale, engage and lift. Nice and big opening. And let's take that left knee up to the chest. Give it a squeeze and then extend that leg out nice and long. Bend that knee and drop it down. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's take the arms by your sides, turn those palms out, and inhale up nice and big. Oh, yes. And then exhale and twist over to the right. So we're coming into our last twist on this side. Right hand is reaching towards the back of the chair, and then left hand is on the outside of the right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften and deepen into your twist. Let that breath lift you up. And on the exhale, finding some more space. Deepen into that twist. Maybe the right hand can reach a little bit farther on the back of the chair. And then with the exhale, letting everything be released, coming back through center. Taking those arms once more down by our sides, turn the palms out, and let's inhale, lengthen up, reaching up, and then twisting towards the other side. And once more, using the breath to lengthen, to grow taller, and then to find space on the exhale. Breath is flowing in and out. Left hand maybe reaches around to a farther part on the chair, deepening into this twist, ringing in those internal organs here. Then let's find that exhale and release coming out. I'm just taking a moment to notice how the body feels, maybe closing the eyes. And let's start to walk our sit bones back to the support of the chair, the back, letting ourselves relax back and settling into our final pose, corpse pose, Shavasana. Maybe the legs start to extend out, palms turn up, shoulders drop down. Let's let the chin just drop down a little bit so the back of the neck lengthens. Closing the eyes, letting yourself release into the support of the chair. And your natural breath is flowing in and out. Start to imagine it's a gentle, warm wave rolling over you and through you, washing away any tension or tightness that might remain. Letting it all lead out through the soles of the feet, rolling away from you. New wave runs in and over, rinsing you, releasing. You find yourself settling into stillness, into peace. With your next breath, start to come back to the present moment, awakening the body, finding the fingers and the toes starting to move and letting the movement roll into wrists and ankles. And then lengthening through arms and legs and taking maybe a big body stretch, reaching out and letting it all go. And let's come back into a comfortable seat. Bringing hands together at heart center, softening the head back down towards the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Ta-da! All right. Let's see.